call this meeting to order at 7:04 p.m. This is a regular meeting of the governing body of the Borough of Bloomingdale. I ask everyone, actually, council, turn on your microphones in case a non-red light should be showing. And also, if everyone will please rise to salute our nation's flag, and please remain standing for a moment of silence for passing of fireman Charles. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Bloomingdale lost a good friend, Chuck Benke, his passing, and our hearts and sympathies go out to his family. A roll call, please.
Mayor Dunleavy.
Here.
Councilmember Giusti.
Here.
Costa.
Here.
Tomato.
Here.
Del Ripa.
Here.
Hudson. Here. Sondemire.
Here. Also with us, Municipal Clerk Jane McCarthy and our Borough Attorney, Tracy Wang. It's an official meeting of the governing body of the Borough of Bloomingdale on January 4th, 2014. The date, time, and place of this official meeting was faxed and mailed to all local news media posted here at Borough Hall. There is actually a need for an early executive session for an attorney-client privilege topic, so I'd ask the public to leave. It shouldn't be a long period of time. So I need a motion to go into executive.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, so at 7:06 we'll be in executive. Those are the non-agenda items. I need a motion now to open the public.
There's one, or did you say there were two?
There's three, actually. But again, with, well, when we get to the business, I can do one motion because they're all the same. Okay, need a motion to open public comment?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? If anyone wishes to speak to an agenda item, please come on up, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, motion to close.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Reports. Jane, do you have anything for us? Tracy, do you have anything for us? County Council member. Yeah, just a couple things here. Fireworks are Friday. Begin at 6. I'll be up there about 2, 3 o'clock setting up vendors. But I have to leave roughly 4:30 because of coaching the Little League All-Star game, so I need some bodies there. I know you guys offer, so it'll be great. Yeah.
I just want to point, I attended both graduations.
Oh,
Big, Dale Bergen and the Butler High School graduations. Family members in both.
right.
And both went really well. We really lucked out on the weather. The ceremonies were very nice.
Good. Thank you, Rich. And congratulations to you. Just a couple things. I copied the council on our recent safety report. We were tops in the safety incentive program for 2013, receiving a credit of $900, which you could apply to safety equipment. The JIP allows you to buy safety equipment from the safety store that we utilize through state contract, best in the like. We were one shy of winning overall because you need 3 years of no lost time. And we're at 2 years of no lost time. So Borough Chester was the under 50 employee in the skin issue $500. So we're in great shape, and that's because our department heads are doing a great job in implementing safety in the borough. Number 2, digital signs. I emailed the group and I copied you on, and I have a hard copy here. This organization is willing to come in and CEIS, Community Electronic Information Signage. We can get minimum 2, and I don't think any more than that, but minimum 2 digital signboards in town at no cost to the borough. We get, our public announcements and everything we want there, but the rule is you have to put on emergency announcements, silver alerts, and amber alerts, plus the company sells advertising on these signs. So it's something you're going to come and do a presentation. Those things can run $30,000 plus, and we can get them at no cost forevermore.
This is the permanent sign.
Permanent, yeah. I mean, again, I emailed, but if you look, to review beautiful, but you gotta do it right, so it's not too gaudy and too loud for, our...
Where would they go?
Again, things we have to discuss. Personally, I can see one in front of Borough Hall, and I can also see one, I think the island at Food World, where that tree lies now, is a great spot. But again, these are things the council would have to discuss. But if you look, you have to see that they do beautiful stonework, they're holding them in. But they sell the ad space, we get 14 panels for public events, and all the details in an email. But here's the hard copy. I'm going to have them in to do a presentation. It's a relatively new venture. They have some references, and they just started marketing in New Jersey. So I'll bring it back when I have more on that. The other item is cell tower. We talked, I got authorization from the governing body a month or so ago to sign a non-binding agreement with a telecommunication company to do testing. I just contacted them, we're waiting on the results to see if they want to put one at DPW who can bring the borough approximately $20,000 annually. I refer to the Ordinance Review Committee, the issue of zone. We're looking at the zoning on Main Street. The stretch of Main Street on the Allstate agent side from Union to Van Dam doesn't have retail in it. It's like an office because there's residential in the mix there. So I really think we should have retail all over Main Street with selected uses, obviously. And that's something they're going to look at back in late summer that I think will help the growth of Main Street. Main Street parking, we will be painting lines on Main Street to define parking spaces, being we changed the ordinance. It just took time because the county wanted a plan. We were able to have a plan developed by our engineer that was just sent last week to the county, so I got to get their approval. Basin repairs, we had about 16 that DPW is doing, and they're doing a great job. The one at Borough Hall driveway was just done yesterday, done by our guys, saving us a fortune, and doing moving along really well on that. Two other things, our Moody's report, I spoke to Moody's. They will come and revisit us after our audit, and we would hope for an increase in rating now that we have surplus and revenue stream. I'm confident we will go back up to our A++ rating, and but they will not do it until after the audit is completed. The auditors have been here, still here for
How much longer they're
I think another week and a half, then we'll be done. And then the final thing is flood mapping. We had a great meeting the other last week, inviting over 70 residents. It was a packed house from the Roy Ave, Charles Street, Elm Street neighborhood, where a resident named Mark Murin, she was a great article, Debbie, thank you, in the newspaper, about that issue where Mark Murin, a resident on his own, discovered inaccuracies, which we're now moving along trying to get, well, DEP is going to remap and we're going to make sure it's done right. And that affects borough-wide. I think that's the area with the inaccuracy. So those are a couple items I just wanted to bring up to speed on. That's all I had. Does anyone have anything else? Moving along, item 9, I need a motion for the consent agenda.
So moved. Second?
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
There's no matter to take on. No, just item A has been pending for quite some time. This is a status of these foreclosure items that these are the parcels. How there's action to be taken here. These are the parcels that the borough has owned in tax sale, and we want to foreclose on. That's been out there, gosh, 4 or 5 years. The point is, we pay tax to county and board of ed, and Fred's office has been working diligently, and hopefully by the end of the summer, early fall, these will be done and foreclosed and get off our tax rolls. And then we can visit each piece and see. Most of them are postage stamps, but we can look to see if there's anything that residents adjoining may want and the like. So we can look at that. That's just to bring you up to speed. Item B, I need a motion to adopt resolution 2014 6.9. Approval of liquor license for DT Stumble Inn. Who makes that motion?
So moved.
Second?
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Costa.
Yes.
Tomato.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Hudson. Yes. Sandemeyer.
Yes.
Yazdi.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Having a second final reading and public hearing on ordinance 11/2014, purchase of various water utility equipment, the amount of $115,000. Public notice statement, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the ordinance was posted in the municipal building and published in the Herald News. Copies available to the public. That a motion may be made that it be read by title.
And who makes that motion?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Bond bond ordinance providing for purchase of various water utility equipment in and by the Borough of Bloomingdale and County of Passaic, New Jersey, appropriating $115,000 therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $115,000 bonds or notes of Borough for financing the cost thereof.
Thank you. And now I need a motion to open public hearing on this ordinance.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak to ordinance 11, 2014, please come on up, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, motion to close. And now I need who moves to adopt.
Second.
Excuse me. Okay, so John moved that, Ray seconded it. Any discussion before adoption? I just want to make one comment. At our last meeting, when we talked about this bond ordinance and the bond ordinance next we're going to discuss, Ray had mentioned he liked in the language that says it only can be used for these purposes, and when it's done, it's canceled. Well, that's not a bond council issue. That would have to be done by resolution. So we have time. I would ask the direct Fed's office to write a resolution to adopt for one or two. I'm not sure if you meant both.
It wasn't this one.
It was the $1 million one. Right. So, but I just wanted to, I've never told you that bond council said they can't do it in the bond ordinance. It has to be a resolution done by the governing body. That's so you can protect that.
It's only to remember if it extends beyond the year.
But you would make it as part of one of your annual resolutions. Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Tomato.
Yes.
Delaware.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Sandemeyer.
Yes.
Yazdi.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Now we have second and final reading, public hearing on ordinance 12, 2014, water main replacement project, the amount of $1,076. Again, this is our DEP loan, required us to bridge loan with this funding and the public notice statement, please.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, this ordinance was posted in the municipal building, published in the Herald News. Copies available to the public, and a motion may be made that it be read by
And
title.
who makes that motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And that's bond ordinance providing for the water main replacement project in and by the Borough of Bloomingdale, Bloomingdale, New Jersey, appropriating $1,076,000. Therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,076,000 bonds or notes of the Borough for financing the cost thereof.
Thank you. And now I need a motion open to public hearing. So,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak to 12, 2014, please come up, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no one, motion to close public.
So moved.
All in favor? Who moves to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Again, I just want to read it to the record. This particular bond is for the full water line lateral replacements, including full street resurfacing of Poplar, Birch, Chestnut, Oak, and First Street. As we all know, the bids came in roughly, don't hold me to exact, $360,000. So obviously a lot less than the amount. The intention, we are working with the DEP to see if they would allow us to shift the remaining balance to Star Lake Road, which we received $250,000 for storm drainage, curbing, and paving. And we really need to, while we're at it, look at that water line, because there's been more than 7, 8, 9 breaks over the past 3, 4 years. And we could do that, then we'll decide what we want to do to get that down. So to your point of amending a resolution, they want to reference other approved DEP water projects instead of just these 5 streets. So we could talk about that. Okay, anyone else? Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Delaware.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Sandemeyer.
Yes.
Yazdi.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Tomato.
Yes. Thank you. Now, we are going to pay the bills. Adoption of Resolution 2014 6.10, paying the bills. Who makes that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Hudson.
Yes, with the exception of PO 1400947.
Sandemeyer.
Yes.
Yazdi.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Tomato.
Yes.
Delaware.
Yes. Okay. Good. Next, I need a motion to adopt Resolution 2014 6.11, 2014 6.15, payment of tax office resolutions, issue tax title liens, your state court refunds, and the veterans exemption. Who makes that motion?
So moved. Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Sandemeyer.
Yes.
Yazdi.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Tomato.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Item C, adoption resolution 2014-6.16, authorizing this emergency water main break on Oak Street in the amount of $1,350. Who makes that motion?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Yazdi.
Yes.
Costa.
Yes.
Tomato.
Yes.
Delariva.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Sandemeyer.
Yes.
Okay, next I need a adoption resolution 2014-6.17, approval of a treatment works approval application permit for 63 High Point Road. This is a requirement with the DEP application that we need to approve, as we've done in the past, to construct an individual subsurface sewage disposal system at 63 High Point. Who makes that motion?
So moved.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilmembers Costa.
Yes.
Tomato. Delariva.
Yes.
Hudson.
Yes.
Sandemeyer.
Yes.
Yazdi.
Yes.
The next item, we will be introducing two ordinances by title this evening. I'm sorry. We're combining them? Okay. So that would be ordinance number 13, 2014. We received a request from the Board of Directors of Glenwell Lake Association that they would like to opt into Title 39 enforcement, which is traffic. The Police Department Traffic Bureau researched it, reviewed it, had our engineer out there, made recommendations that are going to be incorporated into this approval with various stop signs, speed limit signs, etc. And so what we're doing tonight is introducing an ordinance specific to Glen Wild that will allow the borough to enforce Title 39 and set the speed limit at 15 miles per hour. Reason being, Title 39, speed limit's minimum is 25. And based on our traffic department and our engineer, they all recommend and agree that 15 is where it should be. So I need a motion to introduce by title an ordinance accepting Glen Wild under Title 39 and setting speed limits at 15. Second and final July 22nd. Okay. Yes, 17.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Right here again.
This would be an ordinance of the Borough of Bloomingdale and the County of Passaic, State of New Jersey, amending Chapter 7, Traffic, of the Code of the Borough of Bloomingdale by adding Section 7-26, speed limits, and adding Section 7-41, Glenwild Lake, to provide for Title 39 enforcement authority for all roads owned by Glenwild Lake and to reduce the speed limit to 15 miles per hour.
Okay. Get second and final on 22nd. Thank you. We did have two items of non-agenda business. The first is I need a motion to accept the resignation of Michael Kaplitz, effective July 6th from the ACO Shelter Department. Who makes that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? And then we thank Mike for his couple years of service. He's just got another position seeking full time. I'm sorry? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. The next one was now hiring of 3 individuals. And I just would ask Council President Yazdi to actually ask for this motion because one of the individuals is my daughter. And I just want to state on the record that this is for 15 hours a week at $10 an hour. The names are Samantha Forrest, Emily Dunleavy, and Laura Retschneider. Now, Emily, my daughter, will be summer only, okay, 15 hours a week, and it purely comes from Lisa Perry, our ACO. Emily's been volunteering there many, many hours. She's a veterinarian study at an academy, and is most likely going to UConn for veterinarian studies after she graduates next year. So Lisa asked me, and puts me in an awkward position, but I will vote on it. So again, it comes entirely from ACO. I don't want want to name off positions, so I asked Councilman the motion again on those three individuals listed on the record, and if you would ask for a motion for that approval.
I need a motion for approval of the three individuals.
6.18.
So moved.
Any further discussion? Ask for a roll call, please, Renee.
Roll call.
Councilmembers Della Ripa,
Yes.
Hudson,
Yes.
Sondemire,
Yes.
Yazdi,
Yes.
Costa,
Yes.
Tomato.
Okay, now I need a motion to open late public comment.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone wishing to speak, please come up, state your name and address for the record. How are you?
I'm the 86 Gannett Avenue.
Yes.
The first question I have is the resolution that you're going to be making for the bond to prohibit it from being used for any other purpose.
It will be read, right.
I think that's not going to necessarily help because if you have a future council come in and they decide they want to use that money, they just won't pass that resolution, then they could use it. So that's not going to help what you want us to do.
Okay, but it can't be part of the ordinance per bond council. And the recommendation per bond council was it has to be done by ordinance, by resolution. So we would, once the council chooses what they want to do, would do that resolution, you would make it as part of a reorg resolution, but you're right, future governing body could remove that. You would hope that once the money is expended, that we cancel immediately, not be lingering out there. You know, the project will begin this fall for the 5 roads, and we have to spend the DOT money by the middle to the end of next year, and that's really all it would be dedicated to. Only DEP related. We're not going to bond $1 million and spend 500 out of the DEP loan, and then think we have in the books another $500,000 of our money. That would happen, because this bond is specific to that language is there, specific to the DEP infrastructure loan. So unless the money is going to be used for DEP-approved infrastructure, it can't just be allocated to the utility, so it can't be allocated to anything outside the utility. But
But it can be used for other utility purposes.
only if it's DEP infrastructure related.
But still, the resolution's.
I don't think it's, I think to have it on the record is important, because then someone like yourself can bring it up that it shouldn't be canceled. I agree.
Okay. The next one, as far as the Glen Wild area, Glen Wild Lake,
Lake, yes.
you were saying they're going to be putting signs up. Who's going to be paying for those signs?
Glenwell Lake Association. We're going to help them assist. I spoke to their traffic individual, and as we've done in the past for Waterfall Village and other organizations, we will help them get it through our cooperative pricing, because we're cheaper than they can get. No sales taxes, no reimburse the borough, but it will absolutely be paid by the association.
Okay.
It has like 40 stop signs, 10 speed limit, and 1 light.
Okay, also now, at the last meeting, we had discussed the bond that was the flooding.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I read an article in Wednesday's paper that you had said that other projects that could be under consideration were a number of items. One of them was the repair of the failing Boston Street culvert, estimated at $35,000. That was part of this ordinance.
That is, that
So why would that be another project? I thought that was going to be held aside, that was going to still be done.
No, the money, no, I stated on the record, that money was moved to the new bond, but it's dedicated to Boston.
That's some of the article says.
The money, again, I don't know what Debbie quoted, but the bottom line is that money is dedicated to the Boston culvert repair on Boston Street. It'll be done this year, and that's it. Whether it came out in the old or the new, it's going to be fine. I don't think it was left in the old. I think we left in the old Knowles Road culvert, in the old bond. The rafting was moved. But then
Why wasn't that left in there then?
originally because the engineer's opinion was it didn't have to be done. And then I said, you need to relook at that because I disagree with you. And when he did, he agreed, and then he was introduced, so I promise you, Boston Street will be funded at like 7.5.
Okay, also, why would there be permitting engineering fees for Sloan Park coming out of the new one?
Because I stated that in the last meeting, that I believe there's less than $1,300 in the miscellaneous line under the Sloan Park project.
So how much you're allocating a certain amount to Sloan Park?
Whatever it takes.
Still-
Yeah, we're having miscellaneous in the new. Right off the bat, we know it's $13,500 just a permit application. And there's only 600, I don't have my sheet in front of me, but if I recited to you each line, there's 609,000 left in Sloan Park. That's capital. There's miscellaneous for engineering, permits, and all the capital, the miscellaneous items. There's not much left in there. We spent close to 150,000 already on miscellaneous. So this bond, I assure you, will be there to fund. When I share with the governing body the capital plan with road paving, sort of vehicles, and what was there, there's about 170,000 left, and out of that, 35,000 for Boston, 13,500, and probably, I just said it's rate today, probably more than that for Sloan, but they'll be funded, because there's nothing left in the Sloan portion of the original bond.
Okay, also, let me do that bond. The Van Dam and Chestnut portion of it was supposed to be like 500,000. And that was supposed to be taken, there's supposed to be gap in walls put in that Chestnut Street, that,
With the filled sidewalk ones?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was done with
But down the gap
block
in walls,
rather than,
they were,
oh, that's only walls, it's not gaving. It's
that's
solid
what was
block,
supposed to be put in there.
but it was gaving.
It was or was not?
No, it was solid block, not gaving.
Okay, we're also supposed to be de-silting and de-snagging the river and post and that.
De-snagging has been done for all the roads. De-silting, again, it's the whole permit process. We wouldn't have enough money there to de-snag. If you got permission and the feeding C1 waterway, you're not going to get de-silting permission.
Why,
Snagging was done.
I mean, because you were involved with this bond initially.
As you were you.
I know, and, well, I actually cut it by 700,000, which thank God I did. But you got, I mean, there were items in here that, I mean, the ATM was supposed to be $500,000. The Boston Street culvert, 100,000. And now you say
Those
135,000.
are the numbers we're getting. I mean, the original numbers, when that was first done 4 years ago, were just indications from myself and engineering. I mean, no one knew until we went out to quote or bid. So to that point, I'm hoping we're real high on Sloan Park, which would be expendable 609 remaining.
Hey, I'm gonna hold your feet to this thing out.
Yeah. You'll touch a ribbon when Boston is done? Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else, please? Seeing no one, motion to close public. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we do have an executive session. We have two items, one of negotiations, 2 items of litigation, and action, if any, which is unlikely, but if any, will be taken, public will have comment. So at 8:05, we'll enter executive governing body schedule, July 22nd and August 19th. We only have one meeting in July and August. So motion to go to executive. So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
At 8:05.